All right then, here we are, Cloud9 taking on IHC. The opening little play-in match over on the B stream for Katowice 2023. And oh, it's a good one, Hugo. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I don't know how we've ended up with this banger on the B stream. I'm very happy with it, right? One side, Cloud9, new player, and a tumultuous year. And for IHC, new team rising to the occasion. I say new team, of course, new team to this level. We saw them at Rio. They only fielded one win there, but boy, what a win it was if we remember that 0-0 Nation matchup. And now they've got a bit of a trial by fire to take down Cloud9 on what could and should be their honeymoon period, or as Shox put it, maybe just a weekend away. We'll see who will get away with this game as we get right into a Pugger's paradise. Chev and MC on the 1s and 2s, and in we go to the pistol round.
Yeah, already pretty measured out of Cloud9, right? They're going to play this kind of double retake setup over towards this A side of the map, right? They've got two players waiting back in CT, and I think we even have the kit in play. Yeah, that's on Nafany. That's found its way over towards the mid window, so it could find itself in the firing line. IHC, very measured to open this one up. Nothing grouped. It's kind of a slow burner here as they try to see if Cloud9 want to maybe force the issue a little bit, right? Give them any of these early gunfights.
I like how slow this start of the round is for IHC, but the big worry is it's a full armor round, right? They can't actually run and execute. They're just trying to get position to split together on this A site. That's the entire intention, but Cloud9 are poised with a retake setup of their own. So this is going to be fine. Cloud9 can give it up. They can relax. They're even holding for this window boost from CT spawn. So as long as Nafany doesn't rotate too soon back to Ticket, then they should be fine to deal with the lurk.
This is such a grimy round to open up Katowice. This is using the full breadth of the timer here. IHC are really hoping they're going to be given a fight, but because of this setup out of Cloud9, it's not going to come to them. So they're going to have to go and seek that out eventually. And this is where the fact that it's the full armor round, as you pointed out, right? You don't have the util to cut off some of these angles, so you've just got to check them. They've got to go fighting for CT, and that's where this kind of bait and switch setup could be lucrative for Cloud9. Will they check for Shiro? They've spotted him out. Now they know about the man in CT, but reinforcements are inbound here for Cloud9. Plant in on the IHC side of things. That's a tag to Annihilation, but he gets away. Score even waiting in window. Really going to make life hellish for these rotates in through mid. The checking kill would be juicy, but they've spotted him out, and now they get past the window player.
Oh, they find him as well. Still Techno to deal with. He's got the position to win the round. Shot in the back of the head. Shiro still firing off from spawn, and the smoke and the kit are on the bomb, but denied by Annihilation back from ramp. They're running out of time. Shiro with another tap, but crouches Annihilation. He finds the kill, but there's not enough on the clock. IHC will steal that pistol, and they get every kill to boot. Techno 4K only gets 3. But he lives up to the round, if not the name, for IHC. What a great start. An immediate pause. Welcome to Katowice, folks. Get all the jitters out on day one, I say. But damn, that's a nice opener. Considering Cloud9 not only avoided that window rotation, right? They sent everyone in through CT because they had Shiro already there with that position. They had the kit smoke ready. They didn't. It seemed like Score wasn't even going to play into the round. I guess he didn't, as they came in through Cat to Con. But still, Techno unchecked in that position. That was the round winner. I think Shiro probably could have stuck that, though.
Is that what you would have done?
Yeah, every day. But he wanted the kills, Harry. He wanted a chance, and instead it gets stripped away from him. And IHC, that's exactly what they needed, a pistol starting off on the right foot forward.
Yeah, one of the things that's kind of cool, you know, obviously we had Katowice make its return to the intimate LAN environment that we all loved last year, and kind of notably at that event is that there wasn't any Asian representation. Right? Tyloo was supposed to be the team to attend, but they couldn't due to I think it was COVID regulations at the time, and so I believe it was Sprout ended up filling in for them as kind of like last minute wildcard invite there, all thanks to the world rank.
Yeah, and now Sprout are here on merit this year as well. We also saw them back in Rio, so they've really been making waves with some new players as well. And on top of that, now we actually have that Asian representation alongside Greyhound, who are playing later on. They were Renegades back last year at Katowice with their debut with Liaz. And now a year on later, we're going to be able to see how things are shaping up over in Europe for the Greyhound boys. Of course, that's later on. For now, it's up to the Mongolians to try and find this upset. They don't want to get too ahead of themselves. A pistol is just that. And Cloud9 have immediately come in with a force buy, looking to flip the script.
Yeah, I like this precedent. IHC early on have really kind of, let you know, hey, we're going to play these rounds slow and grimy. That's kind of our whole thing right now. Cloud9, as a result, want to try and take a bit of control back. They flash themselves into ramp, but it's a nice little setup to facilitate that trade on the IHC side of things. Now over here in mid, that's a juicy kill up top of connector, but it goes either way. Nafany playing around this con smoke. Oh, I don't know how he gets out with a second. That's impressive. Nafany, he's taking this A assault personally. That's a hell of a nade onto ramp. And this has gone very, very badly for IHC, very quickly. Right? It was a good trade to open up, but then some wildness down in the connector, and it's all left onto the stand-in. Bartak in the 1v3, doesn't have the bomb, and now he's been spotted in middle as well. Nafany instrumental to the success of this round. That info should be enough.
Oh!
Hello. Hello, Nafany.
Cheeky.
It whittled him down, but it didn't get the kill, and Buster was there to finish the job.
And what a double face. Top stairs wide, like barely hovering on the ground, and then just in front of connector. I love that for Cloud9, right? So oppressive. The scout shots are just rallying off from CT, tagging everyone. They've got a plan for the round. They're happy to flash ramp, take space. And even in that 3-on-1, before Nafany even got the info, the last play was coming in from mid, Shiro even pushed down ramp with the AK just to constrict the bomb, making sure that couldn't be picked back up and a clutch could be attempted. Complete denial there from Cloud9. And yeah, what can you do? We say losing second round is worse than losing pistol because look at what it does to you. Well, Cloud9 had SMGs, had a scout, had armor. Now we just have Deeg, Kev for IHC, and this should just be the killing fields. But nice shot from the Tech9. Shiro's got a turn on a dime, takes one out, and Axel has his cover, but almost didn't. Saves the day with another double. And now it's just Bartak alone back at ramp. Repetition of the previous round, and probably will end the same as well.
Yeah, gonna give it a little look, see what he can get away with in the damage department. But once again, Cloud9 are playing this one very, very safe. I like it. They kind of have all the extremities accounted for, and then once they get this info, now they can adjust the setup. Everyone's looking at him from mid, and so it's a pretty clean-cut round there outside of the kind of Tech9 madness over in mid at ramp. Cloud9 in with a second, and now the full eco for IHC.
Yeah, reality check very early in this game, right? You want to be on the high of winning that pistol round, but you can never celebrate for long in these opening play-in matches. Of course, with the seed, we're going to have the best teams face the, least ready. Kind of a brutal way to open up. But of course, after the opening BO1s, we do move into those best-of-3s for both qualification for the main event and elimination for the tournament. But now, fights out middle, and the rifles should be able to reap the rewards very easily. A Glock kill, you'll take that. And there's even a window flank, but they seem aware, cognizant of it, and all the rifles saved as well. So Cloud9, happy chappies, moving into a gun round now, but it's still going to be pretty limited. No AWP for IHC in their first full buy.
Helmet Annihilation going to have to wait a little while, but Shiro gets his out right away. Curious if he's going to be in a spot to get involved early. No, his spawn is garbage, so he'll be taking a bit of a slower round, I imagine. Well, old mate Shiro. Going to take that AWP over towards connector, but that looks to leave him in the right place here. Scoped up at ramp, he's given that early fight and even gets out of there. Back for more, missed shot for Shiro. Still, the work's being done by Hobbit up on the balcony. My God, the AWP might have missed, but Hobbit's risen to the occasion. 4 in the round, and this one's over before it even begins.
This guy's legitimately been one of the best A anchors on Mirage like the last 2 years. Like it's been unparalleled, and so you see how free it looks. They're even playing just for him. As that second player runs out ramp after Shiro gets the pick, he's not even looking for the reface at stairs. You know Shiro's going for more. He is swinging, staring at default, staring at balcony, just trying to find the anchor on A. And Hobbit somehow gets out with 4 kills, comes down the ladder, very clean start, and goddamn, that's a gun round. You wouldn't believe it. 4-1. IHC back to pistols. A bit of an uppity pace here. I like the change. Just showing that they're trying to take this A-con again, but it is a B hit. Right now, Shiro, of course, in the right place. Can he hit the shots, though? I would bet yes.
Well, good thing you didn't. First one gets out, but it's all well and good. There's this double stack ready to provide. Don't worry, Buster is got it under control. Axel helping out from short, and now there's that orb. There we go,
I
Shiro.
knew. I called it.
Yeah.
He hit one shot.
Full face.
Not quite plural. It'll do. Quick pistols dismantled, Harry. Dismounted.
Yeah, these faster rounds for IHC thus far have kind of come to a similar standstill as that one there, right?
And that's the worst when you're coming into a game, especially a game where you're just such a heavy underdog. Like, you kind of expect this, but also you can't think like that as a competitor. You have to think you're able to win it. But immediately, if you're trying to run your style, you're trying to run quick A splits, and you're getting dismantled like they did in that gun round, you start doubting yourself, you start doubting your captain, you might start doubting your whole identity, your whole game plan. Not yet, but that's dangerous. That's dangerous. If Cloud9 make you doubt yourself 6 rounds into the game, what are you going to fall back on? Do you have the depth?
Yeah, you know, I think as well, this is where the fact that it's Cloud9 in IHC's first matchup is kind of unfortunate for them, right? Because oftentimes in these sorts of games, like, it's helpful as an underdog to feel like your enemy isn't playing as safe as usual, right? Like, they're taking some, you know, they're ego checking you, as Mao used that phrase over on the desk, right? And so Cloud9, not really a team to do that, and I think especially, you know, considering the circumstances of Buster moving in, they want to show a good face early on. And so I think they're kind of feeling a bit of a pressure in that regard, right? And so we're seeing very safe rounds out of Cloud9. Ones where, you know, they're not afraid to take a gamble here and there. That's always been something with this squad. But, you know, they're not like pushing the boat out, forcing these early engagements. And so IHC, when they've returned to these faster rounds, they're walking into these like really safe trade setups. Like and it's been a little bit gnarly. Like, look at over here in mid. Even if you find Shiro on this peak, there's so many more layers to try and get past. And getting through that AWP is easier said than done. Shiro. Hang on. And dead. Okay, that's not quite how I envisioned that one going down. Suddenly, there's a chance for IHC here, but Hobbit's looking to take it all away.
They just don't relent. They don't give you the space. You feel like you finally got enough room in middle with 3 kills, and a 4th player comes swinging out. Techno's been heard, and Buster's ready to end the round. Nice and easy. Doesn't force the fight until he knows he's got his back turned. And Cloud9 goes 6-1 up. You kill 3 mid, Harry, and then you're thinking, all right, now I can grab the bomb. I've got mid, right? Nope. Cloud9 swing you. They take another kill, and they are, they're ego checking you, all right. There's no way for IHC to get in just yet. That was a nice try, though. The big problem was the first flash out from Annihilation didn't hit its mark. It's meant to blind Shiro and Connector. It's meant to pop below mid, and it doesn't. He just gets this free opening kill, and even though it forced the turnaround of his teammate in middle, IHC get the pick out under. That's been actually a good position for IHC already this game. They've been getting out underpass. They've been causing problems to Connector. Techno with a pistol, got a tap on one of the eco rounds. That's been the one way they've been able to get kills. They still can't win mid.
It's funny, though, because it's like, you know, when you actually run down that train of thought and, like, you say, okay, like, you know, we're having some success low, you kind of realize, yeah, you are, but it's almost by design from Cloud9, right? Like, the whole reason you're getting that fight is because exactly, right? Yeah. They want to give you that fight to kind of force your hand into a mid play. They're turning your strengths against you. Hobbit, I want to mess with this guy. He's pushed up close to this ramp smoke. Might even look to send himself through it at some point. Shiro back in spawn will have some utility to help him to that end.
And this could just be a flex because Cloud9 are probably feeling on top of the world right now, but they've got double org, Harry. This was a question mark for many people after the A1S nerf and the A4 rather being, you know, quite expensive. If you're going to spend 31, why not spend 33? Get yourself an org. You've got that range as well, especially on a CT side like Mirage. Lots of viable positions. Yeah, high damage up close in terms of one-shot, headshot. Lots of reasons to use the AUG and have the A1S equipped. So we'll see if that comes into play. But the AK is what we're really here for. Hobbit with 2 already, and they're going to have trouble getting into this A site. 3 kills, bomb dropped, round is bungled.
Yeah, I tell you what, Tolkien's work would have been a hell of a lot different if it was this Hobbit entrusted with the ring. Would have been a 20-minute short as opposed to, you know, a 3-movie epic. So, yeah, that's a clean round out of Cloud9. Look at all those bodies racked up over towards ramp. You love to see it. unless you're IHC, in which case probably brings a tear to your eye. But it's 7-1 for Cloud9. We said we wanted them to look good out of the gate, right? I think, you know, if they were letting this be a close game, that's where people would start looking at it and going,
I still wanted some signs of life for IHC, though. I still wanted something. You know, I never expected the Mongolians to win this game, but I don't want them going out 0-2 without, you know, getting a map or getting at least a double-digit game. So even if it's not here, hopefully they can wake up, field some gun rounds in this east side. Cloud9, they've been different. Oh, that's very wide for Axel. He stays on the angle to throw a nade, but are they ready for a second man? Shiro moving through, they're going to swing it again. Oh, he misses his shot. It's getting awkward. No help from the AWPer, but it will trade in time still. Shiro gets away with a kill. It could have gone worse. And a third player in underpass, Harry. Oppressing, aggressing up middle. Nafany will take the 3-on-3 and bound out. But as far as gun rounds go, this is the best chance IHC have had yet.
look at this from Cloud9. They're already trying to get ahead of it. Already starting to shift a couple more bodies over towards this A side of the map. They leave a man in the ladder room. Buster getting down into window. Law is kind of weighted on this weird engagement over here in mid. Buster in a great spot to deny the concrete. Will Annihilation check this? I don't imagine he does.
Not with an AWP.
So if he goes walking up, yeah, there's the timing for Buster. That is a pretty big kill for him to have found over in mid. It's info that comes with it, right? You can kind of tell where Annihilation was poising to go just based on his position there. So you can see that Buster's really wizened up to this being the A play.
Nice.
They boost up over the stairs trying to catch him by surprise. But Buster's seen this one 1,000 times before.
Nafany's so far back in CT, starting to move in now. There's only 15 seconds. He knows he can try and deny plant. That molly is a problem. He's planting wide. If Nafany swings, he could end it, but there was cover from Blitz. He'll choose against it, play the retake with his team. A 3-on-2, a favored round for Cloud9. Bartak can line up flashes over the ramp side to set Blitz up for kills. But Cloud9, they have a smoke and they've got kits.
Yeah, smoke goes in onto the bomb early. That's going to apply a bit more pressure to this ramp. Oh my God, that's not quite on the bomb, is it? It's a little shy of it. So as a result, going to give them an open sight line. Bartak, that could have been the chance. But Hobbit comes in to steal it away right at the end. 8-1. As that 1v3, it's nearly converted, but no one remembers the nearlies.
Yeah, Buster, you know, he's looked solid so far. He's been nice on this B site, but it's not his best bit of utility we've ever seen. Even the defuse player wasn't even trying to hide in the smoke. They were fine being absolutely wide in the open. Could have sort of shrouded yourself inside of it. But
I like the just not using it. Because, you know, you want that ability where if he swings...
You can get off the ball and
you can get off and actually fight. Instead of like, oh, he can see me, but I can't see him.
That's a good point. I mean, the cover's there anyway. Buster, he moves in. He does get that kill. Shiro back down under with a vengeance, with a quick opener and a jiggle from Blitz. There's help at the top, and Annihilation will not stop. Axel almost converts a spray for 2 kills. 98 damage onto Blitz. Puts IHC a man up. Would you believe it? They can pull back for a moment. I'm scared, Harry, though. 2 HEs in this round. If any of them threw out mid, they could kill Blitz. This could even be apparent later. You know Axel's called that damage. You know the Cloud9 have that info and they want more. Pushed all the way through on ramp side. The danger of this flank is with Buster holding B. If Nafany commits to top mid and goes all the way around T-spawn, they could just walk through connector and take A. But little does he know, they're actually going towards the B apartments. Buster, time for a true test in what is essentially a 1v3.
He's often pretty cool and calm, collected in moments like this one. Buster gonna miss this timing on the moving in through the apartments. He doesn't know, but right now they're just above him. Oh, this is unfortunate. Just gets around in time. Yep. Gonna find the bomb now, and the true play in this round's been uncovered. Still traded after the first, and Nafany very far removed, pushed up all the way at ramp. It's a lengthy rotate. Getting into the market, he will have a chance at a 1v1 here. Pushed up into the doorway, Bartak will go swinging and takes him out of the round. So finally, IHC come up with the goods. They give us a second, but they need to build a little more upon that.
Yeah, it was about time that IHC won the mid battle. They've been going for it every single time on gun rounds, and Cloud9 have somehow been getting out with even trades at worst. So Finally, they go up a man, and nice to see Blitz stumbling in first, knowing that he's going to die. But as long as he gets that info, he finds Buster alone in the corner, they can trade that kill. And to think that Buster, he had a smoke, he had an HC, he could have jump spot. There were a lot more options available towards B that would have helped him out. But at the end of the day, IHC now win a rifle round, and we've got a game cooking, hopefully. Going to need a few more, though, if they want to break the bank of Cloud9. It's a nice molly, but with cover from the smoke, Score can put it out. He's absolutely fine sitting here behind the boxes. Buster alone at B now as Axel's fighting aggressively in middle still. Knows he has Score trapped.
Yeah, that smoke at the top mid boxes can feel tantalizing, right? Because you know you got a guy stuck in there. And Shiro, if you look, who sat over in connector, does have more util to try and force this engagement at some point. Instead, though, they're going to kind of give up a little bit of mid space. They're hoping that IHC take it, and then that's going to offer something up to this AWP M4 crossfire between the connector and short.
Nice.
They get their wishes. Axel with the first, and they might know they've got him stuck in the ladder room, but that smoke helps him get out, and he's just going to keep playing around it. Oh, spots the drop down into middle, and now they even hear the util over in the B apartments, but for IHC, this one's going to struggle to kind of come together to really culminate in this B split, right? With the mid contingent kind of a little loose right now, a little shaken up with these peaks. It's going to fall to these B apps players to get IHC into the site, and that's easier said than done. Shiro might have started this round over in connector, but he's over on that B side of the map right when they need him to be.
What a great round for Cloud9, right? Not just the fact that Axel refuses to give up Catwalk, like you said. I think part of the gap in the smoke is, you know, a reason he fights on. But he even calls for Buster to help him out on short. And as soon as Shiro sees that window smoke in market, he just jumps through. He knows he has so much room, and this is obviously looking like a B split. Cloud9, they don't give any room. On top of that, even just the way that Shiro plays backside, he doesn't swing windows and look for a fight. He knows if he dies, they can jump out B. They can cause a lot of problems to that double cat setup. So he just tucks. He waits for them to swing balcony. They have to commit into him. He's not the one going down first. So just a beautiful round for Cloud9. Double up on Cat. Shiro hitting every shot required. And IHC really having trouble getting back into middle. They may have won it once, but Cloud9 will not let history repeat itself. An immediate reset round, essentially. And with no bomb plant, that's going to leave pistols in play here for IHC. 1 AK on Score. He's 0-11. It's never ideal.
It isn't, because, like, you know, whenever we kind of watch this team play, IHC, one of the very talked about players is Techno 4K, right? And it's because of, like, his young age, the fact that he's looked very, very promising, but I think one of the things he struggled with is consistency, right? And then it was like you kind of look down this roster, and for me, it's like Score and Blitz are people who fill that void, often consistent voices within the team. Score with like some star potential behind him, but with him being so quiet to open up, I think that's only making these problems feel that much worse, right? The fact that you have these trade setups, you don't have a hero player yet who's kind of been able to multi-kill open these rounds for IHC.
The bomb just wide swang mid with no util in a mid round with a deagle.
Yeah,
so that's like now the objective of the round has changed. It's a retrieval mission, but also you got to fight your way through, and you're getting picked out of the sky. Feathers plucked. Nice shot from Annihilation. Gets a gun, gets a chance, and gets a second kill. But a nade, a molly, even a bullet will end the round, and Cloud9 are happy to deliver that to IHC. Yeah, I mean, it's an eco. We can forget about it. But right now, plan is not going well for IHC. 10-2, and Cloud9 making waves right now on Mirage.
Yeah, you know, I think in moments like that, you even see the sort of pressure that Cloud9 are applying. The fact that Annihilation's just so ready for fight after fight after fight in the 1v5. Like, that is very much how these rounds have played. It's like, oh, I'm fighting one, and we're dead. Okay. So yeah, you know, this kind of trade work and how smooth it's looked for Cloud9's been impressive. IHC trying to speed things up a little bit through the catwalk. They found a good gap. This is one of their best kind of timings yet. A lot of real estate taken and not a lot that Cloud9 can do about it. Scores on the board. And so now we have this 5v3. B-site control taken, a shot at the bomb plant, and a Cloud9 that have slowed right down. Not even looking like they want to commit to a retake. They're going to try and sniff out a frag over here in mid. The Blitz concealed behind those boxes very much seals the fate of this round. Shiro's here, but everyone else a long way away.
I don't know, Harry. I never want to doubt him. 15-5.
Shiro used to be Mr. Clutch. So let's see if he can cook something up. It looks like he's out of there, Hugo.
Yeah, it's the right call. Hobbit's going to die as well, walking into window. Nice round out of score, and Shiro with a missed shot. That will be him gone as well. So we actually have an AWP now kept over for Annihilation, and that's a beautiful round out of IHC. They are not scared of mid somehow, and they get a quick cat take up. That elbow smoke on catwalk gives them a lot of cover from both window and short, and they know as well that Shiro hasn't been starting in window really in any of these gun rounds. He's been very mobile. He's been leaning towards A. He's sometimes often just played rotation and been that third player at B. So they got a lot of room in middle, and they make use of it. Buster got caught out by the pace there. IHC, do they want to repeat things? They're going to go back to an A attack, but this time Pacey again. Shiro's in window, smoked out. Nafany looking over his score with another opener in mid. He's going to get spotted. Nafany, that smoke is almost a one-way for him. He gets out scot-free, 4v4. Player trapped out mid, but there's the A attack to start this round off again.
Ooh, Nafany's trying to play around this smoking con, something he did great earlier on in this game, but this time he's been spotted, whittled down, not dealt with yet, but his time's coming, and there we are. Bartak going to dispatch of him through the lower tunnels. It's 4 for IHC, trying to recover the first half here, considering how they started. The fact it took them so long to even put a second round on the board after winning the pistol, it really didn't bode well. But a 5-10 half, don't get me wrong, it's not ideal. It's not the best scoreline you've ever seen, but it's certainly recoverable. There's something there.
He'll take it. I mean, it hurts when you finally figure out the remedy with 3 rounds left of the half, because even if they win the last 3, it's going to feel like a wasted opportunity. That being said, mid was a lot more contested earlier in the half by Cloud9 regardless. But IHC, back-to-back rounds of quick mid splits, and now they're on the money. Cloud9 will actually concede this entire position. Nafany running around as Shiro holds the scope on con. Hobbit is committed in ramp as well. IHC, they do take mid, but they go back to their slow default. They're going to pull the vision out of Cloud9's eyes. Smoke traded either way. Nafany can go through and play his. Boost up is nice, but Nafany... Oh! No! No! Last time it was Axel. This time it's Score. It comes back to bite Cloud9. That is despicable.
Oh, and look, man, look at the response. It's kind of gone, and Cloud9 starts to feel a bit of pressure there. Hobbit's like, okay, we need a bit of info. We need something for this, because they've gotten out of mid. He went pushing into ramp. Sure, now they know it's coming in. It left them in an even odds bout here, a 3v3. Shiro back at CT, underhanding this smoke, gives himself a perch. Ooh. Oh, and he's taken them all out of the round. Another peek, and Annihilation's been spotted. AWP v AWP, but Annihilation wins the head-to-head. But now he's got to take it even further. 1 versus 2. Not a lot of time left to play with here for Annihilation, and a crossfire between both these remaining players. He can't find it. Cloud9 pick up an 11th to close out this first half of play. Cloud9 take them down to Pound Town at the end of that first half there. 11-4. There's a kind of brief glimmer of a recovery towards the end of that first half for IHC. They win the pistol, they go on a huge drought of rounds, and then they finally come through with a handful right at the end of that first half. But now we've got to look on, we've got to see, is this 4-round T-side they were able to put together, is that going to be enough to stop the might of this Cloud9?
Yeah, that's a scary question to ask yourself. Not one they want to answer yet. Triple B for IHC. They even take middle. This is nice. Retake setup is lovely. But again, no kit. Full armor on this pistol, despite playing the retake. This can be a bit of an oversight for IHC. And we'll have to see if they can win it out on frags alone. Bartak back from spawn, tapping away. They've charged into the site. Axel's going even further. Bomb's getting stuck default. That means they want CT spawn, and they're going to fight for it.
These sorts of fights for CT are kind of what a full armor CT side want. And so the fact that Cloud9 have pumped the brakes on this one is actually big. Here's the peaks, and oh goodness, into the Glocks they go. Knocked out of the round, and Axel,
he wants them all.
Yeah, you know, just kind of flat bloodlusting for kills over towards CT. It's left on to score all alone in the connector. His teammates all gone. He's done what he can, but it's not enough in this one. That lack of kit really does come back to hurt them in some sort of way.
Honestly,
there's just no time.
I think, you know, a play like that, like not buying any util or any kit or anything but armor on a pistol round.
On what is like an A retake
is a kind of thing that maybe you can get away domestically, but when you're playing the best teams in the world, you're never going to get given that chance. Even if they win out that fight in CT. Bust out a molly, man. Bust out a molly. He just threw it in stairs like, oh, you killed everyone. I'm just going to lob this somewhere. Maybe I get some UD from it. But I think when you're playing this level, you've got to be prepared for things to go wrong. Like the presumption of 5 armor is, yeah, they're going to give us all the fights and we're going to take them, we're going to win them. Like that's a lot of presumptions to be making against a team like Cloud9. So it's not planning for failure, not being ready for when things do go wrong. Not to say they won any of those fights, but even if they did, it wouldn't have been enough. With a molly in play, with some passive post-plant players. Cloud9 dishing out a beating here, ready to end the round, ready to end the game here with a B-pop. Fast through the apartments. On his head, boink! And Axel's going to get stomped on. Well, Techno's going to get stomped on. He does respond, score with a lovely dig above the smoke. He can get behind the site and even replenish that taco smoke as well, but it's a 4-on-3. Cloud9 are not out of it yet.
Now the Smack 10's just going to try and cause chaos, and well, Nafany, he's good at that. Running them down, will die after the first, but it allowed everyone else to get out of the apartments, get out of that choke, kind of choke point that they were stuck in. You know, that smoke down over towards jail, it gives a lot of options to IHC, and it really forced respect out of Cloud9. Nafany comes up big. His kind of whole goal was to disrupt, was to throw the setup into disarray, and he did more than that, picking up a couple on the MAC-10 on his way out.
It's also really nice to just see Shura and Axel like flexing their muscles in this game, right? Obviously, 2 years ago, 2021, they were in HLTV's top 20 at number 4, number 5. Last year, in the awards in January, they were number 3, number 4, so they're moving up in the world, Harry. And yeah, these are definitely some of the players with the brightest futures, if not the brightest presence right now. They just need the trophies on top of it, something Kassab was talking about on the desk. When you have players this good, you got to be winning, man.
Yeah.
And at least in this BO1, Harry, Cloud9 are winning.
One thing that makes this round a little interesting is this flank that's underway from Blitz, who also has himself a little MAC-10 in through Palace. No one, they are kind of looking at it now. Buster gonna deal with him, and that probably is the excitement of this retake coming to a bit of a close. You still have these Eagles in CT.
Nice.
And Techno actually will come up with the goods for one. How much further are you expecting to take this one if you're IHC? Nafany's even dueling with the Deeg. Axel's gonna beat him to the punch, and it's just score left. Up in Palace all over again. Will he succeed where Blitz failed?
Unlikely. Might take one, but you know they're going to hunt this kill when he shows his face. And only a tag. Buster will get out alive. And yeah, it took Score getting activated late in the T side to find a couple of mid kills to even get these rounds on the board for IHC. He was 0-11. He was having real trouble getting going. But once he did, at least they could field something, and this is the really only opportunity that IHC are going to have in this entire defensive half in Mirage, in this BO1 opener. Immediately put down to a BO3 elimination game if they don't hurry up and put something on the board. Annihilation with an AWP, it's something he's lacked in this series overall. Had a couple of T-side rounds, didn't really see it come into play. Shiro's wielding his on the T-side as well. Looking out ramp for a stairs swing, a bench play. Annihilation on that deep angle through apps. Might find Axel here. She hit that as well, damn. 29 damage with the AWP. Bit of a robbery. Cloud9 slow through middle. They've been given this room. You can see IHC adjusting in CT spawn, swapping players back and forth, moving this orb into the A site. And it might just be the right time for that.
Cloud9 have just done so well to keep a lot of options open here, right? Like, time's ticked off the clock, but they can still kind of go wherever they want in this one. They eventually concede that A ramp control, and so this does become the B split. And right now, no one from IHC's really got a handle on mid. They don't really know the full extent as to which Cloud9 own this part of the map, and so Hobbit is in the B side. He's in the side of the map with these IHC players. The rotate cut down, Blitz dead immediately. They're trying to snuff out the man at the back of the site, but they don't get past him. Shiro's taking that bomb. Shiro's taking that bomb.
Rain who?
Through the connector, into the A site. They're going to leave one man. Axile still up in the apartments, but Score's going to win that head-to-head.
He wins
Shiro with the plant and a 1v3 on his plate. But these are the rounds that are made for this man.
It's already done. Wrap it up. He's won it.
Bomb's planted for him. He's holding for this cross. And IHC, it's very labored to open up. Flash goes in, but it's not going to blind Shiro. They would have loved to have forced the shot out of this AWP. They see where that bomb's planted for. It starts to become obvious. The flash lands and gets him off the angle. A second of respite, and Techno is going to deal with him. They don't let Shiro in the 1v3 clutch attempt.
That Molly does it, right? Not just clearing Tetris, and as you said, they had the info from the plant where he's probably playing, but it clears Tetris. It also blocks his vision. He can't see that stairs player. It's one way on that Molotov. So, yeah, it's you get a lot of value from one bit of utility. You take that if you're IHC. I would have loved to know how that round would play out if the Molly wasn't there. Be a very different picture. But nice turnaround for IHC. Getting a gun round on this CT side gives them a chance to play the second half. Chance they weren't permitted by the pistol. Still Cloud9 by. It's a bit wish-wash, but they have an AWP, they have an AK, and that might just be enough. Especially if this kill comes to them in the middle, but they peel off the boost. Underpass denied. Blitz wins that out. And hey, IHC had it both halves, really. Underpass was not a problem piece. Out wrapped through a smoke. Nafany had a chance. He'll give it up. Cloud9, once again, up against an AWP in the B apartments. It's not Annihilation this time, though. Sat back, fighting middle. And Cloud9 are rerouting for a late A attack.
Okay, so the one weird thing here is that, like, both these orbs right now are over towards the B side of the map. In its own, not an issue, right? But if you lose these A players in a way that's, like, you know, not super favorable, you're not getting these trades, you're going to be leaving the retake down to both your AWPs. We often say that's less than ideal in these retake scenarios. So we really need these guys inside of the site to put on a bit of a show. Thankfully, Techno gets that trade out from CT, but everyone else starts to fall. They know about him. They know they've got him boxed in. And there's Shiro to delete him with the AWP. Out through short. Hobbit already locking it down with this second AWP. So that one is brushed aside. Cloud9 move onto match point.
It's the late recommit down under, right? They got that first kill onto Axel, who was walking underpass with a Tech 9, and Blitz swung it and cleared it. So later in the round, they're just not even considering it could be a factor. And Hobbit just walks through. Annihilation jumps off catwalk to go rotate to A to try and get there quickly, and he gets shot in the back, and that's a double kill out from under. So that's really awkward. Oh, Shiro just about found that angle, but there's more men to mess with as they run up top mid, and still Axel finds a double kill with a Galil. It doesn't matter what you do, Cloud9 do it better. 3-on-2 at least receded as IHC go back into the bomb sites, but this might just be GG. Cloud9 on the edge of their opening win here in Katowice.
Oh, labored fight out of the Deagle, and Axar's able to regain control. Score on the wrong side of the map in the A play. It's a 1v3 required from this guy, and he's had a very rough go at it in this game. Embarked on the road to recovery, but it's a long and treacherous one. Cloud9 with the plant. Only 2 players actually in the site, holding all these extremities, and Axar, after he doesn't see anyone moving through mid, eventually, you know, that penny's going to drop, that it's kind of got to be this CT rotate. They've cleared all the other angles, so for Score, this just got that much harder. Cloud9 now know where you are. Axar with a missed AWP shot, but it's all well and good because there's Buster to close, and it's 16-5, lights out from Cloud9 in their opening game in the play-in for IEM Katowice.